Hi, sunshines. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hi, my name's Nicole, and I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 12 years, just about now. I can't believe it. And I am the Zen RN. That's me. And the Zen RN effect is a vibe. And I'm here to just explain the idea behind the brand and where it came from and where it started, and talk a little bit to you guys. And this is my first YouTube channel video, so it's about just getting a little comfortable in front of the camera, talking and explaining where the idea came from. So a few years ago, with the pandemic, like everyone else, I had started thinking about ways to, expand my income and think of multiple ways of income. Also, I was thinking about if I could do nursing for 30 more years, you know what I mean? For a whole 60-year career in nursing or whatever. I don't know. I was really contemplating physically, during COVID when we were working extra and working short and people were out sick and all of the above. It was very physically demanding and physically exhausting, and we weren't really sure about an end. So I was like, oh my, am I gonna be able to do this? Like I said, again, for 30 more years. So I started jotting down notes, what are my strengths? What can I do? You know what I mean? What do I feel is a need? How can I utilize social media? All of the above, like many other people do. So what I found a need and what I did not see was a representation in social media for rehab nurses. So I felt like on Instagram and everything, I felt like I saw ER nurses and OB nurses and all of the above, NICU nurses, but there wasn't really any cool, trendy med-surg nurses or rehab nurses that were putting their lives out there and stuff like that on social media, or making a blog or stuff like that, or trying to help the next generation of nurses as far as with their nurses notes or different things, not geared toward rehab that I saw. So I thought that I kind of have a thing there, being that I really am interested in rehab and that I have had a whole career basically in rehabilitation or long-term subacute rehab. So that's kind of how it started and got my wheels turning. So the name, the Zen RN effect, came from obviously Zen RN being me being an RN. Zen was the name that was given to me in college by my sorority sisters when I joined a sorority. So that was before I even was a nurse. I wasn't done with nursing school yet, and they kind of saw those qualities in me then, that I was a Zen calming spirit is kind of what I would deduct from that, right? That I have a Zenful energy about me, that I have a kind of peaceful spirit, a peaceful energy about me. I can kind of calm a room, calm a person. So I have had that name kind of stick with me ever since college, and I decided to use that name with my brand because it is my kind of branding on social media personally. So that's why I kind of decided to stick with that. And then there was also a movie called The Butterfly Effect that came out years ago. And I remember watching it as a kid, and I really liked it. And I think it stuck with me a little bit in the fact that, like, any kind of like cause and effect like ripples through time. If you haven't seen the movie, you should. It's a good movie. I think Ashton Kutcher's in it, if I'm not mistaken. And it's about, like, I think he's trying to go back in time to like fix things that he's changed, and like he's trying to, like, every little thing he's doing is making a little effect down the road. So that is where the brand came from, the Zen RN effect. So it's about those little positive changes that you personally can bring to your unit or make in your day-to-day routine as a nurse that can bring better quality of life to you. You know what I mean? I just feel like there's so much going on in the world and like in nursing that doesn't have much to do with us, or that you feel like personally you might not have, anything to do with, or you might not feel like you can necessarily change right now, right? Like during your work shift per se. So I feel like instead of it getting you down, you can change your attitude and your perspective when you're at work and use it to your advantage. And like me, use other things to positively affect your workflow, right? And so I just feel like some people I noticed, on social media were complaining about different things, or didn't have the, handle yet on prioritizing at work or time management, or I just feel like some issues weren't really being talked about to improve a nurse's flow at work. You know what I mean? It's like we all have to work, but nobody is really talking about that. There's a lot of resources for nursing students to get through school, studying for NCLEX and stuff like that. Like Pinterest is good. I'm on Pinterest. But then it's like when you get to the floor, is there a lot of resources to help you with delegation, like real life stuff? You know what I mean? Like how to talk to difficult coworkers, how to delegate, how to deal with patients that are difficult, behavioral patients, how to practically like literally, like how to really prioritize a work shift, how to prioritize what's important in a work shift, how to group care in a work shift. I just didn't think that kind of stuff was being talked about, and I felt like I had enough experience, and I felt like I was confident in my work and my experience that I could share. I think that I'm at a place in my career where I'm like, and I feel confident where they could throw anything at me and I'm just like, and I hope that every nurse could get to this point. And I don't know when it happened or how it happened, because it's not always been like that. But I'm glad to be here, working toward, being an expert. You always think when you're a new nurse that you'll never be there, and you don't know when it happens. But I'm trying to hopefully be a resource for other nurses to get here too. So that was the goals of why I started this brand and this business, was to help like-minded people get through work, that's what it is. Be positive, be proactive, be confident at work. That's literally what we stand for. I'm trying to help you manifest those things in your workflow. For me, I'm in Florida, so I go to the beach a lot. It's just like grounding myself back to nature, doing stuff to fill me back up in real life, real time. So I'm sharing all that too. That's why I have like stickers on my website and on my blog that you can put on your binders or on your clipboards at work to just kind of have something nice to look at, just be reminded of like a peaceful place. My peaceful place is the beach. So that's why I have beach pictures everywhere to remind me of that, of my happy place. So that is the goals, yeah, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be creative again. I'm excited to share my knowledge. Please reach out to me. My email is on the website. The website is www.thezenrneffect.com. And then you can email me at hello@thezenrneffect.com. If you have any questions specifically about anything you're struggling with. Yeah, I'm excited for 2023. I'm excited for, and everything this brings. I'm excited to talk about everything, all the different topics in nursing. I personally have an interest in wounds and wound care. I have a lot of experience with wounds. I've had opportunities to go see, like up here, there's a wound center not too far from where I live. I know I'm pointing, that doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Where they have hyperbaric chambers and stuff like that. I've worked closely with KCI, like I've had hands-on training with KCI and their wound vac systems to do wound vacs. I've had huge wounds with wound vacs that I've done. Which is cool that I work where I work, because I have literally all this experience that I get to see, and that's what's great, and I'm excited to be able to share. So with that being said, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Please stick around. Please subscribe. Please follow me on my other social medias, on TikTok, on Pinterest, on Instagram. I'm definitely active. And more to come soon. And I hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. I'm like, peace. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. Peace or bye. Like, I don't know.